What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Boost Boswell with the bottom line. Got a story that I wanted to bring to the community that is somewhat disturbing, but also a teachable moment. And I'm going to keep driving it back to the mental health and the lack of our ability to cope. But trauma can make us do some unlikely things that we typically wouldn't do under normal circumstances. I found this article out of North Carolina, Person County, that happened on Monday. Deputies say, according to information I'm reading off the internet, says a North Carolina state employee was killed by a father of a child he hit with a company-owned vehicle. That happened Monday morning again. Deputies say Pearson County Sheriff's Office states that Jeffrey McKay was driving a company vehicle when he struck and killed a boy who was walking with his parents on Dink Ashley Road near Timberlake around 6:30 a.m. Monday morning. The boy's family's car ran out of gas and they was walking, and unfortunately this state employee hit him. Says McKay, an engineering supervisor with the North Carolina Department of Adult Corrections, pulled over and called 911. That's when deputies say that the father, Chad Woods, pulled out a gun and shot McKay. Deputies said that the couple then jumped into McKay's truck and drove away, leaving McKay and the body of their dead child at the scene, which that just don't make no sense to me. According to deputies, drivers passing the scene called 911 and McKay was taken to a local hospital where he died. Deputies say they found McKay's state truck at the Woods residence where they arrested Chad Woods. So the state employee accidentally hit and unalived their son while they was all walking on the country road. The father was carrying a firearm, shot and killed the state employee. Then him and the wife jumped in the car of the state employee and sped off, leaving the dead son and the dying state employee. Of course, all this is allegedly, but the information I obtained off the internet, WITN is stating this. It's unfortunate. And I like to bring situations like this up front because many times within the African American community, we say or believe automatically that it's not us. It's someone of another race that is acting out or doing things that are not normal or uncommon. And more I have spoken up and brought forth instances and situations where it is us and it's becoming us more and more. And it all stems back to mental health. Now, hitting a child, which allegedly, obviously, the state employee didn't do it on purpose. He called 911. It's a traumatic event. But again, these behaviors are becoming more and more common, behaviors that are acting out in very toxic and aggressive manners that we didn't see in the past. And it gets back to that mental health, and I'm going to keep talking about it. If you haven't, I ask you to subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. I know a lot of negative and gossip is trending and people like it, but we doing grown folks business over here for the community, for our culture, and for the world. Mental health is nothing to play with, and we ask you to support the platform as we grow. It's important. You're important. Our communities are important, and we need to live happy, healthy lives. And the only way we're going to do that is we got to get in front of this mental health epidemic and do something about it. I'm doing my part. Do yours. Subscribe to the channel and share it with a friend. Somebody need to listen to this.
Out there on that road, deputies did tell us that they had at least one neighbor that actually came up to them and told them that they actually had about a close call when they saw this family walking near that road. And they tell us this family actually stopped and parked their car on the side of the road because they had ran out of gas. A narrow country road in Timberlake.
This road has a lot of traffic on it all the time, because it's a cut through.
Neighbors like Patty Elliott startled Monday morning, noticing a line of patrol vehicles and agencies along Dink Ashley Road.
I thought it was just a car accident, and that was my first concern. But when I walked across the road and looked, I never did see a car.
Around 6 a.m., Person County Sheriff's deputies say it's where a juvenile whose family members identified as 17-year-old Chad Woods Jr. was hit and killed. Families saying the teen had worked at Pellis Point in Roxborough. He was the second oldest of 4 brothers. Investigators say the family had pulled over after running out of gas. They were walking to their home nearby on Cedar Creek Road. The driver actually tried to get help in that moment?
He did. He's the one that initially called 911.
Before help could arrive, Sergeant Kevin Morris says the teen's father shot the driver and took off with the man's truck. They found the vehicle outside the family's home. Police say the driver died from his injuries after being rushed to the hospital. He's been identified as Jeffrey McKay of Youngsville and worked as an electrical supervisor for the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction.
The suspect of the shooting told us that he threw the gun in this pond.
For hours, divers and crews searched the pond and soybean field nearby, unable to locate the weapon. Deputies later arrested Chad Woods Sr. in connection to the shooting. He faces charges of second-degree murder and larceny of a motor vehicle.
It's kind of sad, you know, and I feel bad for him because he was trying to do the right thing and he ends up just like the young juvenile did. It's a terrible thing to happen.
Now, deputies told us that they actually paused that search mainly because of this heat that they had. They said it was pretty warm out there, especially after being out on this road for 6 hours. They tell us they plan to be back out there to search for that weapon again tomorrow morning. In Person County, Mariah Ellis, CBS 17 News.